Chilling surveillance footage has emerged showing Minnesota gunman Gregory Paul Ulrich, 67, calmly catching a bus to the health clinic with his briefcase full of weapons minutes before he allegedly shot one dead and injured four others in a deadly rampage. The footage shows Ulrich boarding public transport outside the Super 8 motel and politely greeting the driver on February. Just 5 minutes later he exited the bus at the Alina Health Clinic in Wright County, Buffalo, where he entered the facility and allegedly shot 5 victims at random and detonated 3 improvised explosive devices. Mother of 2 Lindsay Overbay, 37, who worked as a medical assistant at the facility died the same day after being transported to the Hennepin County Medical Center. 4 other female Alina staff members were also hospitalized with gunshots. They have now been identified as certified medical assistant Jennifer Gibson, business representative Tammy Schweifler and licensed practical nurses Sherry Curtis and Antonia Franson Pruden. The small Buffalo community of 15,000 people rocked by the violence marked 1 week on from the attack Tuesday with a moment of silence. Purple light displays and people dressing in purple. Ulrich, who dialed 911 to surrender to police, was charged with murder, attempted murder and weapons and explosives charges Thursday as it emerged he had threatened to carry out a mass shooting 2 years before last week's attack. CARE 11 privacy policy. The newly surfaced surveillance footage, obtained by CARE 11, shows Ulrich's eerily nonchalant demeanor in the moments leading up to the The 67-year-old suspected killer is seen at 10:47 a.m. casually strolling out of the Super 8 motel where he was staying in the lead-up to the deadly rampage and walking up to the Trailblazer bus waiting. He is wearing glasses, a blue shirt, brown heavy jacket and a face mask. In his left hand he is holding a large briefcase that authorities recovered from the scene and said was used to carry a pistol, 2 loaded Smith & Wesson 9mm magazines, 4 homemade bombs, 2 marijuana cigarettes and a Ziploc-style bag containing 29 rounds of ammunition. Share this article. Share hello, the female driver says to the 67. Ulrich responds greeting the driver with a friendly hello. The driver then asks if Ulrich is heading to the Alina. You going to Crossroad Alina Clinic? The driver asks. Ulrich calmly replies yes as he boards and walks toward the back of the empty. He places the briefcase carefully on a window seat before sitting in the aisle seat. He calmly buckles his seatbelt and says okie doke, signaling to the driver that is ready for the 5-minute journey to the clinic where he would allegedly murder a 37-year-old mom of 2 minutes later. Ulrich pulls his face mask down around his chin. When the bus pulls up at the clinic 5 minutes later, Ulrich pulls his face mask back over his nose and mouth, places his glasses in his pocket and picks up the briefcase, reported CARE. He exits the bus saying thank you to the driver before he is captured on footage at 10:52 a.m. strolling toward the clinic with the briefcase. According to the criminal complaint, Ulrich then entered the clinic, pulled out a 9mm handgun and opened fire shooting at least 11. He shot 1 staff member in the back and another in the abdomen in the lobby, then went into the clinic's interior and continued shooting, striking 3 other victims. The complaint: 1 victim was shot twice in the upper leg while trying to flee while another was shot. He also fired 1 shot at his 5th victim, Overbay, who later died. Ulrich also detonated 3 of the 4 pipe bombs he was carrying inside the clinic. Just 6 minutes after arriving at the clinic and 11 short minutes since he left the motel, Ulrich dialed 911 at 10:58 a.m. and surrendered. The release of the disturbing footage comes as the small community continues to recover from the violent attack and rally round On Tuesday, Alina Health and the group Buffalo Strong held a moment of silence at 11 a.m., around the same time as the shooting 1 week early. The organizers also asked people to wear purple and are lighting up landmarks in purple around the town and in the Allianz Field in the Twin Cities. They are raising money in the community for the victims of the attack through selling t-shirts, yard signs and masks, and with a blood drive and a food drive in the coming week. Alina Health issued a statement announcing Tuesday's events and saying how the town has been left heartbroken by the violent, the senseless acts that took place at our Alina Health Clinic. Buffalo Crossroads have left us heartbroken and we are deeply grateful for the outpouring of love and support, they said. The 5th and final victim injured in the attack was named at the weekend as Jennifer Gibson, a mom of 3 and certified medical assistant who had worked at Alina since 2015. The other 3 survivors were also identified. Tammy Schweifler, a clinic business representative who has been with Alina Health for 32 years and mother, was the first victim shot in the abdomen. Antonia Franson Pruden, a licensed practical nurse who joined Alina Health in 2018 and mom of 2 children under 10, was shot in the back. The other surviving victim was named by the clinic Thursday as Sherry Curtis, a nurse who had worked at the center for 7. Overbay, who leaves behind 2 young children, did not survive after being shot once in the abdomen, with the bullet passing through her liver and spine and exiting her back. Her family released a statement last week thanking the community for their support and paying tribute to her. On behalf of Lindsay Overbay's family, we would like to express a sincere thank you to our community for the outpouring of love and prayers that we have received. Lindsay was a dedicated mother, wife, daughter, sister, aunt and friend. Her laughter, abundant and loud, would echo through. Her legacy will live on in the hearts of her children. We would like to extend our thoughts and prayers to the other 4 victims. #Lindsay Strong. Meanwhile, questions continue to be asked around whether law enforcement may have missed many red flags leading up to the devastating attack and whether Ulrich managed to get his hands legally on the gun used. Ulrich had 43 run-ins with cops over the years and had a specific vendetta against the clinic and its staff after they wouldn't give him more opioids for a back injury. Ulrich had even threatened to carry out a mass shooting at the clinic 2 years prior to Tuesday's attack and had a restraining order taken out against him by one of the facilities. The suspect's former roommate has claimed Ulrich was legally granted a permit to own a firearm. He claimed he saw the permit in Ulrich's mobile home as well as the gun used just months later to kill one. This is despite a judge ruling the 67-year-old not mentally competent and court officials warning he should not be allowed to possess a weapon. After he violated the restraining order taken out, officials are yet to confirm whether or not he legally owned the gun, citing Minnesota. Wright County Sheriff Sean Derringer said human error did mean red flags could sometimes slip through the cracks and authorities would be investigating how Ulrich got it. Ulrich appeared in court for the first time Thursday morning where he was charged with 1 count of second-degree murder with intent not premeditated, 4 counts of first-degree premeditated attempted murder, 1 count of gross disregard for human life or property by discharging an explosive device and 1 count of carrying a firearm in a public place. If convicted, he faces 40 years in prison for the murder charge and 20 years for each attempted murder. Bail was set at $10 million without conditions or $5 million with conditions, including that he must submit to GPS monitoring, make no contact with any Allina health clinic, not possess any firearms, not leave the state of Minnesota and remain medically compliant. He will next appear in court on March 12th.